Published, 11:52 Eastern Standard Time, the 23rd of December 2017. Updated, 19:40 Eastern Standard Time, the 23rd of December 2017. Happy Xmas. Wor Slump Is Over, as Newcastle clambered out of the relegation zone with a first win in 10 attempts. Goals from Henri Saivet, Mohamed, Diame and Christian Atsu punished West Ham and sparked scenes of celebration among the travelling Geordies. They still required a penalty save from Rob Elliot, and survived an aerial barrage at the end but secured 3 points to ease the strain on Rafa Benitez and preserved a record of never being in the Premier League's bottom three at Christmas. Christian Atsu celebrates with his Newcastle United teammates after scoring their third goal against West Ham. Atsu fires past Adrian at the near post to extend Newcastle's lead over West Ham to 3-1. Just after the hour mark, Hammer's goalkeeper Adrian yells at his defence as they concede twice in quick succession during the second period. Mohamed Diame refused to celebrate after scoring against his former club West Ham as Newcastle took the lead. Diame celebrates with a far more animated Joselu after putting Newcastle United into a second-half lead at West Ham. Diame is mobbed by his teammates after scoring Newcastle's second goal as they led for the first time in the match. "It's a great day for our fans," said Benitez. "It's difficult when you have a bad run. We were analysing every single game and we deserved more, but you lose confidence and it was important to win. We hit the post and the crossbar and the penalty was outside the box, and these things can do against you when you're at the bottom, but you could see the way the team was fighting for every ball, and working hard. Now we have to keep winning to make sure we stay in the Premier League. It is about the belief we can win games and can compete. That doesn't mean we don't need some players." Marco Arnautovic struck first for West Ham and Andre Ayew pulled one back to make amend for his penalty miss, but David Moyes was left to digest defeat and consider the wisdom of resting his best players for the Carabao Cup quarter-final at Arsenal. 3 games without defeat and 3 clean sheets had generated momentum for the Hammers before the mini-revival ended in defeat at the Emirates Stadium on Wednesday. Marco Arnautovic celebrates after firing West Ham into a 6th-minute lead against Newcastle United at the London Stadium. Arnautovic drifted past the challenge of Kieran Clark before slotting home to give West Ham an early advantage. Kieran Clark slid in, but his efforts proved in vain, as Arnautovic fired home past goalkeeper Rob Elliot for the opener. The Bubbles saw at the London Stadium as West Ham's players mobbed Marco Arnautovic after scoring their opening goal. However, West Ham's lead was short-lived as Henri Saivet drew Newcastle level about 5 minutes after conceding. Saivet quickly atoned for his loose pass for West Ham's goal when he curled home a 30-yard free kick just inside the post. Saivet celebrates with his Newcastle teammates after quickly erasing West Ham's early lead at the London Stadium. West Ham goalkeeper Adrian looks back in dismay as Saivet's free kick beat him at his near post for Newcastle's equaliser. Moyes then saw his side gifted the lead against Newcastle when Saivet passed the ball straight to Arnautovic, who eased past Kieran Clark and beat Elliot with a confident low drive. For West Ham's record signing, it was a 3rd goal in 4 Premier League games, a run which started with the winner against Chelsea, his first goal since a £25 million move from Stoke. Moyes punched the air. His team had the initiative, but it was soon surrendered when Saivet curled a free kick over the defensive wall and beyond the dive of goalkeeper Adrian. It was quite an opening 10 minutes for Newcastle's Senegal international, as he made only his 5th Premier League appearance since signing for £5 million from Bordeaux, nearly 2 years ago. Jonjo Shelvey's suspension and injury problems for Mikel Merino and Isaac Hayden gave him the chance, and after his early mistake he performed well in midfield. Newcastle's players remonstrate with referee Lee Mason after he awarded West Ham a penalty in the second half. Newcastle goalkeeper Rob Elliot guessed correctly to keep out Andre Ayew's spot kick and keep the Toon in front. Ayew did atone for his penalty miss by scoring West Ham's second goal shortly afterwards as they rallied against Newcastle. Newcastle dominated the first half and were especially dangerous down the right flank, where Matt Ritchie combined with fullback DeAndre Yedlin to good effect and stretched West Ham's 3-man defensive unit. Twice the visitors struck the woodwork. First, Dwight Gale turned Yedlin's low cross against the bar, and then Ritchie beat Adrian only to see his curling left-footed strike a post. Diame was unable to turn the rebound on target. Without Manuel Lanzini, who was serving his ban for diving, West Ham were short of creative guile. After Saivet's gift, the best of their chances came from the aerial approach, with Michail Antonio twice off target with headers in the first half. Former West Ham midfielder Diame put Newcastle ahead early in the second half with a firm side footer following a fine dribble and pass from Atsu, which included a delicious nutmeg on Pablo Zabaleta. Matt Ritchie curls a shot past Aaron Cresswell's outstretched leg. The effort struck the post as Newcastle pushed forward. Ritchie reacts after his curling effort came back out off the post late in the first half at the London Stadium. At the other end, West Ham's Michail Antonio reacts after he sent a header from 8 yards off target. Arthur Masuaku of West Ham attempts to cut inside with the ball past Newcastle United defender DeAndre Yedlin. Hammers forward. Michail Antonio controls the ball in the air under pressure from Matt Ritchie and DeAndre Yedlin. Within 2 minutes, West Ham squandered the perfect chance to equalise from a disputed penalty, awarded by referee Lee Mason for a foul by Clark on Antonio. Antonio was tripped as he burst forward and sent sprawling into the penalty area, but the contact had been made just outside the box. Mason initially signalled for a free kick, but after a glance at assistant Konstantin Hatzidakis changed his mind and pointed to the spot. "When you're at the bottom on a bad run, everything is against you," said Benitez, but any sense of injustice disappeared as Elliot pushed aside Ayu's tame spot kick. Big moment, sighed Moyes, and the former Sunderland boss reacted by sending on Andy Carroll to jeers from the away end. Andre Ayew takes the ball infield under pressure from his Ghanaian compatriot Christian Atsu at the London Stadium. Marco Arnautovic, scorer of West Ham's opening goal, tries to get beyond the challenge of Newcastle's Diame. Hammers striker Michail Antonio heads over the bar as the home side threaten another goal during the first half. Newcastle defender Kieran Clark holds his face after taking a blow, while West Ham's Keikau Kuyate is also floored. Andre Ayew sets off with the ball as Newcastle players Mohamed, Diame and Henri Saivet set off in pursuit of him. West Ham switched to a 4-4-2 shape and played direct, but slipped further behind on the break when Joe Selou's low cross was swept past Adrian by Atsu. Carroll made more of an impression when leaping high at the back post to nod down a corner down for Ayew to find the net from close range. Newcastle resisted a strong West Ham finish to savour their first win in the Premier League since October. "It is important not to be in the bottom three at any time, not just at Christmas," said Benitez, having extended his personal record against Moyes to 10 games without defeat, winning 8 of them. "We can enjoy it for a couple of days. With these 3 points, I hope we will have more confidence to approach the next games and compete and do well." There was a festive atmosphere in and around the London Stadium as West Ham hosted the last game before Christmas. The Redbridge Brass Band, sporting very festive jumpers, performed for the crowds inside the London Stadium. Novelty jumpers, such as this one featuring a West Ham supporting snowman, were the order of the day on Saturday.